Generation is stepping into a world that desperately needs leaders who are thoughtful, innovative, and compassionate. It needs you, not the perfect version of you, not the social media version, just you, with all your talents, flaws, and dreams. As you walk off this stage today, walk boldly, chase opportunities that scare you a little, be kind when it's inconvenient, speak up when it matters, and never underestimate the power of your voice, your actions, or your ability to make change. To the families here tonight, thank you for your sacrifices, your love, and your unwavering support. To the teachers and staff, thank you for pouring your time, energy, and passion into shaping the minds of this class. You may never fully know the impact you've made. And finally, to our graduates, we are proud of you. We believe in you. And we cannot wait to see what you do next. Congratulations, graduates. Go out and show the world exactly who you are. Thank you.
Hey Tech Biz, it's Shiipty, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you are new. If you are new, hi, my name is Alyssa, also known as Shiipty. I create Sims 4 content, and today we're going to be playing with the Soul Food Legacy family. I am so excited to be back with this household because, guys, I've done a lot of prep off camera, but I haven't really been able to sit down and play with them, and I have so much fun stuff planned for the video today. And for those of you who are checking into the premiere, hi, can you drop some hearts in the chat for me? Drop some pink hearts. And without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into today's video. So we are here at Kenny's graduation party, and she is sitting here at the table with her dad and Isaac's aunt. Isaac's aunt is a new character on the scene for this series. This is Monique Russ. She is actually Isaac's dad's sister, and she has been raising Isaac since he was about 8 to 10 years old. She loves her nephew, and she is 100% always going to be there and show up for him. She's currently telling Kenny, she's like, hey, I actually got to go to work later, and I wish I could stay longer, but Kenny's like, oh, don't worry, I'll get some pictures for you and everything, and are you gonna leave your job soon? And Monique's like, no, she's still working as an LPN, but she's actually going to nursing school. And I feel like even Kevin's like, oh my gosh, nursing is gonna pay you so much, and you can kind of be the boss of your own patients. You don't really have to answer to anyone. And Monique's like, yeah, I can't wait. So excited for, you know, just all the new opportunities. But guys, I know we just kind of jumped into storytelling there, and I'm so sorry if that was a lot at once, but Kenny was over there just hanging out, and so I wanted to introduce his aunt to you all. But we are, like I said, having a party for Miss Kenny here, and oh my gosh, can somebody pass me the box of tissues because our baby is growing up and I just can't take it. But Simone actually made some of Kenny's favorites, so we have baked salmon, we also have some mac and cheese. Kenny wanted a very basic menu because these are like some of her favorite dishes, and she really just wanted to be able to do something really simple for today. That's why there's not a lot of people here and we're just kind of kicking it back. But I'm gonna have Kenny actually call everyone to the meal because doesn't this cake look so good? It looks amazing. Kenny actually already snuck a cupcake, and she so desperately wants to cut into this bright Chester cake. But oh my gosh, I like how some people actually are doing it first. Listen, dessert comes after dinner. What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? You know what? I guess it's okay. Not Kenny sitting on the floor though. Ma'am, can y'all sit down and eat? What are we doing? It seems as though the only people that want to sit at a table are Ezra and his girlfriend, Angelissa. Now, they are so cute. They did come to Kenny's graduation. Everyone that you see here was at the graduation today, and they all came over here afterwards because Monique, as I mentioned, she has work afterwards. And then for Marissa, Kenny's best friend, her parents actually weren't even able to make it to the graduation because both of them had work. But you know, Kenny's mom, Simone, actually just takes Marissa on as one of her children, and so she was very happy to let her come over here to this party and she celebrate both of them. But yeah, guys, we have so much planned for today's episode. I'm really looking forward to it. We're gonna be partying with Kenny like all episode, basically. We are about to get back into Simone, though, because I know a lot of you all have been missing Simone. And I have a lot of plans for her, that being, oh my gosh, not Isaac and Marissa just dancing. I love these two. It's so important that your best friend and your boyfriend get along. And I'm telling you, these two are like thick as thieves. Like, sometimes it can almost be assumed that Marissa is Isaac's best friend and not Kenny's, but she's so happy. She's like, look at y'all, I cannot. And even Monique's like, I've never seen you dance like that. Isaac, oh my gosh, our daddy has had way too much to drink, because do y'all see Kevin? Ooh. And speaking of Kevin, I know a lot of you all saw the last episode and left your feedback and your comments. There wasn't as many people saying that Kevin would have been the one to wake up. I was really shocked, but a lot of you all left some really good input as to who you thought would be awake and why you thought they would be. Some had mentioned that they believed Kevin would be awake because of the military, and I do agree with that. But the person who was actually awake when the teens got home was none other than Ashley. And Ashley wants to be on good terms with Kenny, and so she actually promised to keep her secret. She's like, I'm not going to tell your dad. Listen, he would be very upset if he knew that you were sneaking in right now, but I'm not going to do that to you. I want you to have a great birthday weekend, a great graduation weekend, and I just want everything to go well for you. And Kenny actually developed a lot of respect for Ashley on that, and they actually have amazing compatibility. And so while Kenny is 18, Kenny's dad is 100% the type of person to be like, well, you're in my house, so you follow my rules. And Simone's the same way. She does not believe in anyone sneaking out or breaking house rules. And so they would have both been very upset. Dominic as well with his daughter. But Ashley, like I said, she's not trying to be like one with the teens, but she's definitely just trying to look out for Kenny and also be on her good side. But yeah, that's who actually caught them when they came back home, and she's been keeping her lips sealed. Hopefully they stay sealed. But I mean, Kenny can't really get in trouble at this point because it's already passed and everything. But I do, however, feel like Kenny getting away with this will definitely reflect things in the future and could potentially shape some of her characteristics moving forward. But I mean, she's just trying to be young and have fun. But we are over here with Isaac being so cute. And oh my gosh, guys, we're going to go on vacation tomorrow. And it's just really sad because Isaac was originally invited. But unfortunately, with him playing football, they actually need him to come to school a little sooner. It's something about their boot camp and them practicing and getting ready as freshmen. They really want them to understand the seriousness of being football players for the University of Foxbury. And so he has to go in a little bit sooner. But thankfully, when he's a sophomore next year, he won't have to do that. And so if him and Kenny want to travel and, you know, go to skiing or snowboarding or something like that, or just go anywhere, they're able to do that before their break back to university. These two are just soaking up their moments together because, like I said, they're going to be apart for a few weeks and going to different universities. And so I do think that it's been a little difficult for them. As you all could see in the beginning of the episode during the machinima, Isaac looked a little sad. And I feel like that personally is because he's not ready to say goodbye to Kenny. Not that they're breaking up or anything, but he's not going to see her as much. And I think that that's been a really bittersweet moment, because sweet in the sense that they're going away and they're doing good things to benefit their future, but he is just really upset about not being able to see her as much. And so it's been really hard on him, but they're going to try their best to make it work. And I think they can do it. I want to know if you guys think they can do it as well. Please leave your comments down below. But as I mentioned, the group is going to be going on vacation together. Now it is just Brooklyn, Simone, Dominic, and Kenny. And I think that this is going to be really cute to see them on their first vacation as a blended family. I know you guys can never take me serious when my Sims start dancing. I'm sorry. But yeah, they are all going to be going on vacation in Sulani together, and you guys are going to see half of that in this episode. And in the next episode, we will still briefly be in Sulani, but only for like a few days. So if you want to see what they get up to in Sulani, I will be having some pictures over on my Tumblr as I play with them this weekend, and you guys can see what else they get into in between. I love how Kenny's parents came over here to just chat with them and also talk to Isaac. Simone is mentioning how she's really sad that Isaac can't come on this vacation with them, but they're really excited to come and see him play at Foxbury. And he goes, oh my gosh, yes, let me check my calendar. My first game is actually going to be in fall. If you guys want to come out, I can email y'all some tickets. And Kevin's like, oh my gosh, I love college football. I'm definitely going to be there and can't wait to see you play, man. You're going to do great. Now, Kevin and Isaac have developed a good relationship. I think he understands that Isaac is a good kid and he's not going to hurt his daughter, and he just trusts him wholeheartedly. And I don't think that we have a reason to not trust him. I feel like Isaac is very dedicated to Kenny. He loves her and he wants to have a future with her. And Kenny feels the same way. And so I think that things are going to go really well. Oh my gosh, not these two again. Can y'all tell them to stop, please? They get me in trouble. But it is getting really late, and Isaac just mentions, I hope you guys have a safe flight to Sulani, and I can't wait to see you all when you come back. Isaac is going to come to Kenny's dorm when she moves in, just to see her briefly for half the day, and then he has to go back to Foxbury, but he's really excited to see how things get set up and everything. But yeah, I'm going to let them wrap up things for this party, and I'll see you guys in the morning. So everyone just arrived here at the rental in Sulani that we're going to be staying at, and I find it so precious that Kenny and Brooklyn are almost having a pillow fight over who gets what room, even though they're exactly the same. But yeah, we're just sitting here getting adjusted. This is the rental that they're going to be staying in, and oh my gosh, guys, it is stunning, beautiful, very excited to be here for the next 4 to 5 days. Really looking forward to it. Now, there is a slight time change and difference in where we live back home, and so she's gonna have to be a little considerate as to when she calls Isaac, but hopefully we'll be able to talk to him while we're here on vacation. I don't know about y'all, but I'm very similar to Brooklyn. When I go on vacation, I'm already looking up stuff if I haven't already done it before leaving. Usually I do it before leaving, but even then, when I come there, I'm still looking at what I can get into, what fun activities there are, and just really excited about planning out every single day of my vacation. And so that's exactly what Brooklyn's doing. She's looking online to see what they have to offer here, and she notices that there's like a aqua zip and scuba diving class nearby, and so they might get in that tomorrow, but today, you know, they're just gonna chill for the most part. But Kenny is very hungry after her flight over here, and so she made herself a little garden salad. Now, in no way is there anything wrong with Kenny's body. I think that she's beautiful. She doesn't have to change anything whatsoever, but I do feel like going into college, you know, you try to get yourself ready for different things. And so Kenny's thing is that she wants to eat a little healthier. She wants to take her fitness a lot more serious and just take care of herself, because she's going to have to be running back and forth to classes. And I don't know, I feel like she's just trying to start a new lifestyle going into college, and I feel like that's something that's super, super relatable. She was able to get herself something to eat, and I do think that she's going to take this time to go into her room and chat with Isaac a little bit. So I think that Kenny's room is, yeah, it's right here. So I'm going to have her sit on the bed, and I'm just going to have Kenny go ahead and pull up her phone, and she is going to give Isaac a call. I would video chat with him, but I don't know where he's at and where, you know, who's around and everything. So we're just going to call him on the phone and just catch up and let him know how our flight went and everything. But she just says, yeah, babe, we actually got here not too long ago. The place is amazing. I'll send you some pictures and everything, but maybe next time we can come here. Apparently, like, a lot of college students come here for their vacation. So yeah, we should definitely come here together next year. And I do feel like Isaac is probably a little sad. You know, his girlfriend's on this really beautiful resort and he so badly wanted to be here, but he also wants to put a lot of focus into football because this is something that's very important to him. He does want to hopefully make professionals. And so being here at boot camp and also just putting his best foot forward, trying to really like advertise that he's a star player is going to take a lot of effort and energy and also a lot of his time. Kenny's like, oh, don't worry, you know, we'll definitely make it out here. I already know that you don't have to go to school early for sophomore year, so yeah, we can do it. And with that phone call, she's feeling so happy and so much better. I think she actually has a confident, and it says, oh my gosh, so I thought that she was happy and feeling confident from the phone call, but actually it says, oh no, your call is dropping. When Kenny had service, she felt trapped, pressured to be reachable by phone at all times. Having no reception, it might be annoying at first, but it sure is liberating. Oh, wait a minute, wait. Where are Dominic's draws? Where are his draws? And he's tan. Dominic is just really embracing his vacation. But Simone, get your man in check because he cannot be walking around here like that. Oh my gosh, please tell me he's going to put some clothes on. Wait a minute, let me check the lot traits. I wanted to see if clothes were optional or something, but oh my gosh, wait a minute. What were Mom and Dominic doing? What were these two doing? Because I wanted to see if clothes were optional, but these two were just out here just, yeah, being one with nature. But I think that Simone should definitely get her swimsuit back on because, ma'am, no, we're not doing that. And Dominic, get your clothes back on too because this man he's just sitting booty ball naked on the bed. I mean, this is their room, so they can do whatever it is that they want to do together. But I mean, yeah, we need to wear some clothes for the respectable eyes that are here with us. That be Kenny and Brooklyn, because there is no way, shape, or form any of them wants to see this man walking around bare butt naked or in his skippies. So Let's help him out. I wish I could make this up, but Simone will not keep her clothes on. We're just gonna ignore them, okay? We're just gonna ignore them because I guess they are out here thinking they're on a couple's retreat or something, but they are just embracing everything. So it's a little later, and the girls just finished taking some naps at the rental, and they decided to come out here and eat some dinner together. And they had invited their parents, but I'm telling you, I think that they're too busy just having some time to themselves right now. And plus, I feel like this is a really great time for us to just spend some time with Brooklyn and Kenny. But Brooklyn is just sharing some information about what she's actually going to college for. And she's just telling her, oh, yeah, I'm going because I want to get like a business degree. And Kenny's like, oh, what kind of business do you want to run? And she mentions that she really would love to be an eyelash tech and kind of run her own spa and, you know, just place for different kinds of treatment like nails, hair, all of that stuff. And Kenny's like, oh my gosh, you're going to make so much money. And Brooklyn's like, I think so too. I think it's going to be a really good career path for me. And she just kind of brings it up. She's like, so I know you're asking about me and everything, but what are you going to school for? And Kenny mentions that she's just thinking about going to school for medical. She doesn't really know what she wants to do. Her parents just kind of wanted her to go to college. And so she's really on the fence about everything. But yeah, she's going to school for something medical related. Brooklyn's like, are you sure you're going to be okay? Because if you're going to school for something you don't want to do, isn't that going to like cause you to have, you know, some resentment? And Kenny's like, no, it's a good job in a good field. I think I'll be okay. And Brooklyn's like, I don't know, girl. I think you should really think about what you're going to school for. So you go to school for something you're really invested in and you don't feel like you wasted your time or anything. But it is getting late. So I want the two of them to start ordering their dinner. So I think that we are going to get just some iced tea for the girls. And then for their meal, they have a lot of really good stuff here, but the seafood chowder sounds good. We've got some island vegetable feast as well as some sweet and sour pork, some sweet and sour eggplant. Ooh, the eggplant sounds good. We'll get the eggplant for Kenny. And then I think that Brooklyn will probably get, what should she get? Oh, this sounds really good. So let's get this as well. And hopefully it doesn't take forever and a day for our meals to get here. But we just got our order placed and Brooklyn mentions to Kenny that she spots a really cute chef over here. This is Eatson Benton, I believe. And I think that the sim comes with my save, but Brooklyn really wants to go over there and talk to him. And Kenny's like, what are you going to say? Oh, I just came over here to say hi. And she's like, no, you go and you compliment the chef, of course. I don't know about you, but I'm on this trip and I want to find somebody to, you know, get to know and talk to. I'm not trying to make anything serious out of it, but you know, just like flirt a little bit, have some fun. And so Brooklyn's gonna come over here and compliment the chef. And oh my gosh, guys, do y'all think she's gonna be able to get his number? Is he single? Is he interested? Like, we don't know. So she's just gonna go over here and figure some things out. So Brooklyn tried her hardest to talk to that guy over there, but I guess it just didn't work out. All he said to us was that, oh, you're a really good customer. So she's feeling a little defeated, but she's still feeling flirty. She's like, well, maybe it doesn't work out with him. I'll try somebody else. And I do feel like Kenny's gonna make a joke and she's gonna be like, oh, so how did that go? I don't even know what to say. Like something silly. Do an impression. Yeah, we'll do an impression. So how did that go? Did you get his number? Were you able to talk to him? No, I didn't get his number, but there's gonna be plenty of cute boys at college. I'm not worried about it. You'll find an opportunity there. Just like try to have fun on this vacation. Don't worry about getting a boy. But Brooklyn just says to Kenny, you have somebody at home. I don't have anybody. I want to be able to talk to somebody and have somebody to flirt with and everything. So I'm still going to look for somebody on this vacation. I don't care if it's just for a few days. You know, the college kids are here too. So there's a chance that we might actually run into some people from school. Well, yeah, you are right about that. We might find somebody from back home. And believe it or not, it actually does happen quite often when people go on vacation. If it's like a college town hangout, a lot of the same kids from the same area will go to that spot for a vacation. And so I do think that they might run into somebody here. But I'm going to get them to pay for their bill and head on home. Kenny decided to wake up early this morning to watch the sunrise, and she just cannot believe that her boyfriend is not here to experience this with her. As you all can see here, it says that she wants to embrace Isaac, arms out and squeeze. She really wants to hug him and just see him, I feel like. And it's just kind of sad that she's here on vacation and she's still missing him so much, but it's also expected because, like I said, he was supposed to be on this vacation with her. And I think the two of them knowing that they're about to be apart pretty much all the time is really sitting in the back of their mind. And so I think that at this point in time, we should take a photo. And this is just something that I would imagine she would send to him back home and caption it with like, wish you were here or something like that. So we'll take a picture of this area here and let's see, is there anything else? Probably like this boat. Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. Yeah, we'll take a shot of this boat here. Yeah, this is stunning. Oh my gosh, this is so pretty. I do feel like she would also take a selfie for him. Hopefully we can find one that doesn't look super crazy. Maybe we could do something that is, should we do flirty, happy, excited? Let's do excited. Yeah, we'll do something like this. It kind of looks like she's rubbing it in his face, but I don't think she would. This is adorable. Oh my gosh, guys, do you see that in the distance? There are dolphins jumping over this little area here. And Kenny probably wishes she could capture it on camera, but honestly, they're probably jumping so fast she would never be able to capture it. But maybe she gets like a little video or something. But looking at that has Kenny kind of excited about this afternoon because as I mentioned to you guys, we are going to go and take a snorkeling and aqua zip class today, which again was one of Brooklyn's ideas. And I feel like they're both really excited about doing something together on this trip. I know that we've been spending a lot of time with them, but this truly is their vacation. So I figured we would probably spend most of the time with them here, but we will check back in with Simone and Dominic on the second episode of us being on vacation. They're just like, they've been busy woohooing and having a good time by themselves. So unless you guys want to watch them woohoo nonstop, I suggest we just hang out with Brooklyn and Kenny for the most part. Gonna be hungry later, so we might as well go ahead and eat so we don't have to worry about it while we're at the aqua zip class. And she sees her mom and she's like, oh my gosh, baby, I was gonna make breakfast. And she goes, no, mom, I got it, don't worry. And she's like, you're the one who's pregnant. Let me take care of you. And I feel like Simone's just going to be like, oh my gosh, you're so sweet. Let me actually help you though. So she's going to hop in and help her daughter with cooking some breakfast. She's like, even if I just stand here for guidance, I'm going to do that, okay? I don't want you doing all this by yourself. It's your vacation. And she's like, Mom, I know, but you can relax. I've got it. And she's like, okay, if you insist, but I'm still going to hang out with you. And so I feel like during this time, you know, they're not talking about cooking, but they're just talking about life in general. And she's like, are you excited for college? You're going to be going in like the next few weeks. And Kenny says, yeah, Mom, I'm excited, but I would be lying if I said I'm not going to miss you and miss your cooking and everything. It's going to be so hard to get through college on just ramen noodles. But Simone mentions, hey, you don't always have to eat ramen noodles. They actually have like the catering options for college. And you know, there's that area where the kids go to study. There's like a cafeteria down there. You can get other food too. And Kenny's probably thinking, yeah, but none of it tastes as good as my mom's food. And I think that it would be really helpful if we took some of our mom's recipes with us to college, whether that be like, you know, our favorite desserts, our favorite snacks or something like that. So maybe Simone can create some family recipes for Kenny to take with her on her university journey. Oh, I love how Brooklyn came in. She's like, hey, good morning, everybody. She's like, I had this crazy dream. You guys have no idea. And she just starts rambling. And I feel like Simone is just feeling so happy. She's like, this is my family. This is what life's going to be like soon. You know, me and the girls and my little bundle of joy that's on the way. We are having a little boy, for those of you who may have missed the episode, and I am so excited for him to be here. I think that he's going to be a great addition to the family, and he's just going to blend in very, very well with everyone. Probably be the most spoiled child, but you know, we're excited to spoil him. But Kenny just finished breakfast and it looks pretty good. I'd say that she did a fairly good job to make this on her own, and Dominic is just now waking up. He's the last one to wake up, but guys, I guess he was just busy throwing it back a little too hard yesterday. So he had to get him some rest. But look at his tan. I cannot believe him. He came out here and he was not playing any about getting his vacation tan. I feel like we don't get to see their relationship too often, but with us figuring out exactly what it was that was causing Brooklyn to act out the way she was, you know, with everything, her missing her mom and all of that, Dominic, he was checking in on his daughter, but he's been checking in on her a lot more than he was originally. And it has been helping quite a bit. Their relationship has gotten better and she really feels like she can talk to her dad now versus how she felt before, where she's like, oh, I just need to kind of bottle these emotions because she was worried about upsetting him. But yeah, things have been going really well between Brooklyn and her dad. and I do feel like we are moving in a very positive direction with the two of them. But aside from all of that, I do think that we should probably start to get ready. It's 10:30 and the class is going to be starting soon. So Kenny's going to go ahead and brush her teeth, and then we will get changed into our swimsuit and head on over to the aqua zip and scuba diving class. So Brooklyn and Kenny just arrived to the scuba class. They are running a little bit late, and so I'm gonna have them both run on in here. Brooklyn's like, we better hurry up. It looks like the other students are here too. Kenny's like, don't worry, we're right on time. Brooklyn's like, I don't know. It looks like everybody's here and they're waiting on us. You do have to reserve for this class, and so there are other students who are here waiting, and oh my gosh, they look like a whole bunch of young adults and teens, and Kenny immediately feels the pressure and she's just like, oh, where do you want to sit, Brooklyn? Brooklyn's like, I'm gonna sit up front with that hot dude up there. And I absolutely do not blame her, because do y'all see this man? Yes. Brooklyn's like, yeah, that's my seat up there. You can sit back here with this dude. Like, just chill. Okay, he's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'll sit next to him, I guess. So I'm going to do some introductions to these Sims because you all will see them moving forward. But this guy here, this is Ryan Lee. So this is a good amount of the football players and the cheerleaders from Foxbury. So we have Ryan Lee. And if Isaac becomes good friends with them, he will more than likely join them next year when they come here, because this is like an annual thing for them. But yeah, this is Ryan. Back here beside Kenny, this is Romeo Baxter. You guys got to vote on his name, but yeah, this is Romeo. Over here we have Sydney, and we have her boyfriend. I forgot his name actually, but this is Ethan. So Ethan is also on the football team. Sydney is a cheerleader. On the backside here we have Raina Hall, and this is her brother Jeremiah Hall. They are twins, but they are not identical twins. Let me tell you all a little bit about Jeremiah. Jeremiah has been walking around here with his chest out the entire trip and really just trying to pull somebody, but he's got a whole girlfriend back at university. Like, somebody needs to get him. But yeah, he's just out here trying to get himself somebody for the summer, just like I feel like Brooklyn is, but Brooklyn is not tied to anyone back home, not like Jeremiah. So I hope Jeremiah keeps that energy over there, because Brooklyn don't need any of that drama. But yeah, we are here for our scuba class, and so what I'm going to do is actually control this sim over here. I always forget his name, but I know a lot of people are so in love with him, and he is going to be our scuba and aqua zip instructor. But the instruction has started. Now everyone's going to start playing musical chairs, unfortunately, and moving around a whole bunch, but we are just learning a little bit about aqua zipping and what's to do and how to stay safe out in the waters and to really take advantage of our experience here today. But I wanted to share something with you guys, because I was kind of shocked that Kenny got this pop-up, but it's very important to acknowledge here. We can see that Kenny found Romeo attractive. Everyone had to introduce themselves to one another here at the aqua zip class, and I just cannot believe Kenny. Maybe she just thinks he's fun or something, and she was just like, oh, he's handsome, or he's attractive, or he's, yeah, something. Because the fact that she has a whole boyfriend at home and she's out here just finding other people attractive, I mean, Kenny, we might have to watch you. But yeah, I mean, I don't blame her. He's fine, but she got a whole man at home. Anyway, we are just getting the last half of our lecture. Hopefully everybody learned something about safety and all of that, because we do not need to be out here and getting hurt in the waters. Now, it does look like the aqua zips that were here have already been rented out. So, I mean, he's holding this lecture, but we might actually all end up just doing some snorkeling, because what? Where are the aqua zips? That's why we're here today. So embarrassingly enough, Kenny actually got stuck with Romeo as her partner, but Romeo goes ahead and changes, and Kenny is like, oh my gosh, this man, I cannot believe this. Like, he is fine. But I do think that she's just going to make some small talk, because with the whole aqua zip and scuba diving thing, they ask that you have a buddy to pair up with, because they just want it for like safety reasons and stuff. And so Kenny is just going to come over here and get to know him, not in a flirty way, but just be like, oh, so you're here traveling? And he's like, oh yeah. And he mentions to her that he's from Foxbury and he's here with his team and, you know, the cheerleaders and stuff, and they do this every year. Just gives her like the short end of the story and says this is like an annual thing for them. And Kenny's like, oh my gosh, me too. I actually am going to be going to Brightchester, but my boyfriend, he goes to Foxbury. He's actually at the boot camp right now for the football team. And he checks his phone and he goes, oh, he said one of the freshmen, and he says, which one of these is yours? And she says Isaac, and he goes, oh, Isaac, we saw his application. He's actually a really good player. I can't wait to meet him. And Kenny's like, oh my gosh, yeah, he's so sweet. I think that you guys are really going to hit it off. You seem like you have a lot in common. And he's like, oh yeah, well, I mean, as long as he likes to listen to, I don't know, maybe he lists like some kind of artist or something. And he's like, oh yeah, he's okay in my book. But I do think that these two would probably hurry up and get on with the snorkeling activities. So let's come over here and snorkel with Romeo. This is so crazy because not the way Brooklyn just ditched us. She did ditch her just to come out and swim with Ryan. So Ryan and Brooklyn are over there doing their own thing, but it's okay. I mean, Romeo seems cool. I think that we'll be good friends. Obviously, nothing's going to come of it because Kenny is very much so in a serious relationship with Isaac, and she would never do that to him. But here we are. I think that we're just gonna go ahead and get started. And oh my gosh, she looks so cute. Ryan's coming. Hopefully we find something really cool in this water. I mean, this is gonna be a really fun experience. I've never been scuba diving. Have any of you ever done scuba diving? It sounds really fun, and I just, oh my gosh, I have like a fear of the ocean. I originally wanted to be a marine biologist when I was younger, but I can't even swim, so that's not for me. But I love how everyone's all the way out over here. I guess Kenny was probably a little scared to go that far out. And Romeo was like, oh, it's okay. We can stay here. We can stay over here and like look at stuff together. And so this is really cute and kind of sentimental, hopefully. Hopefully Isaac doesn't get jealous because this is crazy. I mean, Isaac doesn't give me the energy like he's a jealous type, but I mean, would you all feel a certain type of way if your girl was on vacation and she was with this dude and they were just like partnered up? I mean, it was out of her control, so maybe not, but this is such a vibe. I like it. So this is really magical and something that does not happen very often here at the scuba class. It was even mentioned in the lecture, but we have some dolphins swimming by, and Romeo mentions to her like, hey, let's grab a picture. You know, this is really, really cool. You'll never be able to see this again this up close, or, you know, maybe you will if you're lucky. And I feel like Kenny's like, oh, I'm not really all that lucky. And he's like, I don't know, maybe your luck will change. And they're just like making small talk and everything. But this is really cool. Like nobody else is seeing these dolphins. Only we're seeing these dolphins right now. And it's just a really neat experience. But the two of them are just talking about college and everything. And he asked her, so how long are you guys going to be here on vacation? And she's like, I think we're only supposed to be here for like maybe 4 more days or something like that. And Romeo goes, oh yeah, me too. Well, we should definitely catch up again. You know, it's always really cool to meet people who are also university students from like the same area and everything. Like that's really, really dope. And he's like, how about tomorrow? Are you and your friend free? And she's like, yeah, were you guys gonna do anything as a group? And he says, yeah, something about like volleyball on the beach or something like that. So yeah, Kenny just got invited to come to the beach to play volleyball with the other college kids. Do you all think that Kenny is gonna take him up on this offer, or will she kind of keep her distance because that seems just a little too personal? Let me know in the comments down below. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I had so much fun with you all today. Thank you so much if you tuned into the premiere, or if you're even catching this later. Thank you for all your love and support. And with that, guys, I will talk to you all next time. Bye, everyone.